All right. There we go. Ready? Oh, you cracked open.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers, Josh.
Our last few Carbach beers since they sold out to Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, so we started with something a little different. We just wanted to say rest in peace, Carbach. We loved you.
Loved you, man. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
That was my
Like
favorite
our friend
brewing company, man. That was the first craft beer I was introduced to, the vice versa.
So our friend of the show, Eric, you know, the bumbling guy that was around our second to last podcast, he stated it best. It was like a friend died.
It really was, man. That sucks. And I think a lot of people had shared his his post.
Yeah.
Just because it was just that, you know, it was so true. Sorry,
it was.
I literally just got a championship. Somebody asked me, when did the Dynamo win a championship?
That's funny.
I'm like, yeah. For those of y'all that don't know, it's 2006, 2007. Dynamo won their championships first 2 years.
Yeah.
A little off topic there, but it sucks. Anheuser-Busch bought out our local brewing company. It's not so much that they're going to dilute their beer. It's just that a Texas brewing company is supposed to be against these big guys.
Yes.
You know? So, it sucks.
It does suck.
I'm heartbroken.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
It is what it is. So, it's been a while since we've talked to you guys.
Had to take our week off. And you know.
Yeah, we need to take a week off.
It was nice. It was a little breather. You know.
Yeah.
Got some actual work done at work.
Yeah. Our background's a little different. Today we've been in the process of moving. We're a little hot, we're a little sweaty, so we're gonna finish this beer. We're gonna enjoy it. It's much needed.
Cherish it.
I moved into the same place, just a bigger unit, so it's kind of nice. Normally people don't help moving, but this guy did, so it's much appreciated. But yeah, so since the last time we talked to you guys, you know, we talked a lot about a possible coaching change.
Quite a bit has happened.
It happened.
It happened, yeah.
And of course, it was the guy that we expected to be called in as our next captain, guy in charge.
And it kind of goes back to a little bit of our last podcast. We had Sean on here.
Yep.
Shout out to you, Sean, by the way. He pointed it out perfectly. Wilmer Cabrera was kind of lined up as their backup. You know, because when we lost Dom Kinnear, there was no real backup. So, hey, guess what? We got Owen Coyle. We'll get stuck with him, you know. So that's kind of how they laid it out. We're going to kind of go into that right now a little bit, you know.
Yeah, we're going to go into...
There's been a bunch of positive reviews. There's been a bunch of mainly negative reviews.
Yeah, there's been a lot of negative
reactions.
And it's not... Let's get this straight. It's not negativity on the guy they brought in. It's
not by any means. Yeah, no.
It's how they did it. It's the dirty deed they did. It's how they essentially led Wade Barrett on, which was, you know, it's really what they did. They led him on, didn't give him the reins like they should have.
That is the organization, you know, and it's kind of going to, like, you know, maybe let's see what you guys do this next season. Let's see what you guys do this off season. Mm-hmm. Let's see how this tone goes. You have a new coach, you know, who's going to be a fantastic coach, I believe. Wilmer Cabrera is a great signing for us. Yeah, he coached the Chivas USA, but he's also taken a turn with the Toros.
Yes,
he's had a great run with the Toros, an amazing run with the Toros in their inaugural season, second in the Western Conference. He tallied 14 wins, 9 draws, and 8 losses with them. This first year this team has ever existed. This is a youth team.
Yep.
So and there's also been talks about the reasoning that they brought him in.
Yes.
You know, real quick before we dive into that reason, though, I kind of want to talk about the Wade Barrett situation, though.
Yes.
I want to go back to that.
Just to start off, Wade Barrett was let go. They didn't even remove the interim tag. They just told him he essentially doesn't have a job next year. The organization has offered him a different role within the organization, but if you're Wade Barrett and you've been treated the way you have, you don't take that offer. I think if the circumstances were a little different, we could, but he didn't, and I feel 100% bad for the guy.
I knew that this decision wouldn't have been easy. for Matt Jordan or Chris Canetti. I knew the decision was going to be really hard. I'm not saying, these guys are awful people. They just kind of line him up for failure.
They did.
It seemed like it was for failure because, there was it was at one of the games, I heard Eddie Robinson saying it on one of the Soccer Matters shows. He was sitting there saying it was at like the RSL game, I think. He said an hour before kickoff, he'd see Wade Barrett out on the pitch setting up cones.
No, and if you're the main guy,
have to do
that is not your job.
He shouldn't have to do that. He should be in the locker room with that team.
And it didn't seem like he even had a full staff.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you're still an assistant coach role, basically.
Yes.
So it's like you're an interim coach. We're setting you up for failure, even though we know you want to get that head coaching position.
Yep.
So it all in all, it kind of sucked.
So let me throw this at you and get your opinion. If you're him, I mean, I've already told you how I felt if I was him. Do you take a job still with this organization in a training role, or do you say screw you guys, I'm out?
No, because he's still. I think he will still bleed this team. I think he will because he's going to show us maybe later down the line. Say things don't work out with Wilmer Cabrera. I say he stays.
Yeah, but if you're Wade Barrett, it's going to be the same old thing if Wilmer doesn't work out.
It depends on what kind of offers you get, though.
Now, if you're
Maybe
Wilmer,
there are teams that are in coaching needs. Like Chicago Fire could probably be a team that would go after Wade Barrett.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
If you're Wilmer,
that's a tough decision.
If you're Wilmer, do you extend that olive branch and say, "Hey, get on my staff"? But then, what does the team do?
He's not going to have Wade Barrett as an assistant coach. He's going to have his assistant coach from RGV, I believe.
Probably, but I do like what Wade has to offer from a training aspect.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe
absolutely,
not. Maybe his managerial stuff wasn't that
on
great.
that pitch with them, training with them, and I like that about him. But also, it goes back to the fact of, don't get me wrong, I love Wade Barrett to death. He bleeds orange. Captain of our team when we won the championships, and honestly, man, it's gonna be the hardest decision for him if he decides to stay. That depends if he even gets his coaching options from other teams. I don't know. I don't know if he stays or not, man.
I don't either. I said, I feel bad for the guy.
I feel really bad for the guy. Yeah, it's a train wreck,
But that leads us into our next point. We're not the only ones that feel bad.
And these players, I'm about to say, this is scary, actually.
These players are pissed.
This is the scary part here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the former players here. Jeff Cameron, his tweet at the Dynamo once they named Wilmer Cabrera was just a bunch of smiling emojis, laughing emojis. It was not in a good way. He wasn't happy about it.
No.
Another former amazing Dynamo player, Stuart Holden, stating Houston Dynamo opting not to give Wade Barrett the head coach gig full time. Multiple players have come out and voiced disappointment, referring to those current players.
Yeah.
He said the decision surprises me. While Dynamo weren't lights out during Barrett's short tenure, they showed fight and good organization. Thought former club captain and someone that loves the club would get a shot to turn the franchise around. And then that falls big for the who's ever's next.
Yeah.
And then final thoughts on from Stuart Holden. He said, current squad not good enough, but club has lost its identity of a championship. Who's going to change it?
I can honestly say, though, this dates 2 years now. This club has not had an identity the last 2 years.
No, it hasn't had an identity. And that's going to be Wilmer's job to basically, it just depends on what kind of moves they make during offseason, what Matt Jordan decides to do, see if they go towards the younger talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious that Wilmer Cabrera can coach that kind of team, a young, talented team. The RGV's a perfect example. He coached a young Cubo Torres with the Chivas. So that's the kind of.
We'll get into those prospects.
No, we're not talking about the Cubo.
No.
But
yes,
it goes back to the fact of, when it comes down to Wade Barrett, he did not. I guess he didn't take a stand against the organization. As cliche as that sounds, it seems like his hands were tied behind his back, and he didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Playing the lone striker role with Will Bruin, it stayed for a long time. There was no real changes to the team, and it seemed like it wasn't the team that he would have wanted because he's seen Owen Coyle's version with that, and it wasn't working. But no real changes.
No.
And that leads me to believe that the organization was telling him no. But when you're in a situation like that, you need to push back.
Yeah, he does. But that states what I've been thinking this whole time is they didn't have Wade Barrett's back at all. They
didn't. No, they didn't. They did screw him on that. Yeah.
It totally 100% looks like they already knew they were going to make this move in the offseason.
And that comes with an organization is that there's gonna be these general managers and these presidents that say, I want to see this player on the pitch. I want to see these players on the pitch. And then there's going to be coaches that say, I don't really care what you want to see on the pitch. I'm going to put what I want on my team.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be coaches that say, all right, I want this head coach job. I'm going to play what you want, hoping to get that job.
Yep. Now, you have his final stats, right?
Yeah, I have his final stats. Yeah, he went 4 wins, 8 losses, and 11 draws. 21 goals scored underneath them, and then for Owen Coyle, it was 3 wins and 18 goals scored. I didn't get his draws and loss, but that doesn't really matter.
Who's Owen Coyle? Screw him.
No, just comparing them. The totally different amount of games. Wade Barrett had a lot more games than Owen Coyle this season, but that's here nor there. It was not the best kind of record you would have wanted to have, but really and truly, when I first saw Wade Barrett take over, it wasn't about the record. It was about the energy of the team that I saw.
Yes.
The players attempting, the players fighting, and man, there was a bunch of times on that pitch I've seen us against teams such as FC Dallas, teams such as Sporting Kansas, and we were the better team. We just couldn't get that final finishing product that we needed. And it was like, damn, where the hell has this team been? We've talked about it multiple times.
Yes.
It really sucks. I'm disappointed, There's a couple players too as well that had some stuff to tweet about on there about it. Will Bruin, he said, very, very disappointed Wade will not get the head coaching position. In my opinion, very foolish.
I wonder, and this is why I keep bringing up the fact that they knew they were going to make this choice when they hired Wade. Now, my question is, if say Wade would have gotten to the last playoff spot, these are hypotheticals, okay? What if he hypothetically got to that last playoff spot?
Okay, let me say this. Before that, okay, if Wade was going to be named the head coach, it would have happened before the season ended. That's my opinion. It would have happened before the season ended. If he was going to make that final playoff push or make that final playoff spot, they would have noticed it.
Yeah.
Every time we had a late chance to make some kind of playoff push, I was not putting any heart into it. I was like, maybe, okay, maybe.
There's always the maybe.
There's always that late, playoff push that Dynamo usually do, and but it just felt like we were so far gone. Just the way the team was. It was like, man, another draw. Oh, there's a loss.
Yep.
And then a miraculous win that sprinkled in there occasionally.
Yeah.
4 wins.
I guess it just boils down to I feel bad for the guy.
Your boy, this really scares me. Your boy, because here's the reason why it scares me, is because these guys are posting it on social media. They don't care.
Yep.
What the organization or the front office, Chris Canetti, Matt Jordan, they don't care what they're gonna see. Shannon Williams posted on Twitter. He said, disappointed Wade not getting the nod as head coach, has done so much hard work in a short amount of time with a team that was lost. They're pissed.
Yeah. I think that I like Shannon. I don't want him to become too big to where his ego's huge. I don't want him to be that.
I don't think it's that
disturbing factor.
It's just it shows passion.
I think
it doesn't show an ego trip. It shows passion for your team,
because they're claiming there's going to be a lot of shakeups this offseason. If he's one of the last ones standing that's older, I hope he gets the captain's armband.
You have been going on and on.
Hey
and
man,
on about
I think
it,
he
man.
deserves
I know,
it.
You're just so
I think
biased,
he deserves it.
dude.
Tell me
so
he doesn't
biased.
deserve it. He's been a stud the last 2 months of the season.
Not a veteran stat. It just depends on who's on the team next year.
He might end up being the oldest guy on that team.
No, man, we're still gonna have Boniek and Rico. I still believe.
Boniek, yes, but I don't know if Boniek gets it.
I could see Boniek getting it over Shannon Williams for veteran status.
You shut your mouth.
I'm sorry, I love you, but man, and Shannon Williams is a great player, but I mean, I need to see his leadership role. We need to see.
Yeah.
We need to see. This is kind of going off topic. We need to for side note for captain. We need to see somebody take charge. I want a Tim Howard on our team. Damn it,
That'd be great.
that would be amazing. Not Tim Howard particular, but someone of that caliber with that kind of leadership. Doesn't have to even be a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I can see that. So let's move from Wade, because unfortunately that door is shut, and I don't see it opening anytime soon, and I don't even see him being on this coaching staff. If he's smart, he gives the big, I'm not going to actually do it on air, but he gives the big FU to the organization for the way they did him dirty. That brings us to Wilmer Cabrera.
But it's not.
They could have.
He doesn't do it for the fans. He does. He stays for the fans. I don't know, man. For me, I don't want to see Wade Barrett leave.
I don't
I think
either.
He got screwed over, and you know what? I want to sit there, and if he ever walks back on that pitch, I want to.
Yeah. No, and like I said, this has nothing. This is no negative feeling towards him. But they did him wrong, and
I feel really wrong. Yeah, they did him really wrong.
That's my only thing.
I don't want to.
I have more respect for the guy. I don't want to see it back here for his own respect or his own well-being. He got screwed over by this organization.
He deserves better.
That's the point I was trying to make. That's what I was trying to get at.
Better. Yeah.
So that leads us into the next chapter in Houston Dynamo history. And that's Wilmer Cabrera,
the third ever head coach. Fourth if you count Wade Barrett as interim, but third technically.
Yes. In case you have been living under a rock the last year, he was the manager of the first year FC Toros in the USL.
Going back real fast, if you don't know about the Rio Grande Valley Toros out in the USL, he took them to second place in Western
first
Conference.
year in existence.
Yep.
Takes them to second place, takes them to the first round of the playoffs. Granted,
heartbreaking exit. I think that they could have actually went all the way. I think it was just kind of a bad.
They could have, but
bad couple last
props to
there.
them for being a young team and getting that far.
Fantastic. We're going to see these guys play who were coached under Wilmer Cabrera. We're going to see these guys on the Houston Dynamo now. Mimo Rodriguez, Christian Lucatera.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to see these guys. They're definitely going to play those kind of guys. So.
I think so. So total, he managed about 31 matches. I don't know if that includes any Open Cup matches or anything like that.
No, they weren't in Open Cup.
Okay.
Because affiliates don't play in Open Cup.
That's correct. 14 wins, 9 draws, 8 losses. That's pretty damn good for your first year.
Now, going to the flashback to a year before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Yeah, a year before. No, 2 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years before. I'm sorry. The way the stats are lined up here.
Yeah.
He coached Chivas.
Yep. Chivas USA
in their final season in MLS.
Now, granted, we're going to take this all in perspective. He was taking a team that they knew they were out of the league. I don't think they tried their hardest. His record with Chivas is not good. But 9, 6, and 20.
Can I say one thing though? He coached that Cubo Torres that was on fire that season.
Yes, that
On
season.
fire that season. That season, he coached that guy. So
What I will say about that is that's the season that it seems like all these people are holding on to when it comes to Kubo. You know well
You're pointing me at
my
me.
feeling on Kubo. Now,
now,
I'm going to throw this out there real quick.
yeah.
Do you think now, because Wilmer's the guy, they hold on to Kubo?
I don't
Thinking
think
he
they
can-
hold. I don't think they hold on to Kubo. I think they hold on to Kubo for different reasons, not to keep him on the team. I think they would protect Kubo from this expansion draft for different reasons, not to play on the team though. Okay, I'm not gonna get into it, but
Okay,
I'm gonna
well,
say
let me-
I think they protect him for different reasons.
Let me just say this. Say he comes into camp. All right, guys, I'm ready to do this. Wilmer's my guy. I'm going to play hard for him. I'm going to train hard for
He
him.
needs to work his ass off.
And
yeah.
gets back to the Kubo he was in Chivas.
Hell yeah, you keep him. You play him up top with Mauro Manotas.
Manotas is still the number one striker on this team.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be right now? Kubo hasn't proven that yet.
Kubo salary.
Kubo's salary, yes, Kubo's salary.
Kubo's salary
that
says
is true. You're
forward
gonna,
striker.
but you're gonna protect Mauro Manotas over Kubo.
Yes.
Mauro Manotas is a player that is going to be running for a Golden Boot eventually one year. He's going to be running for an MVP
Yes.
one year.
Yes.
Okay, he's going to be a DP eventually.
Yes.
If he even stays with his team because another club. He's so young. He's only 21.
Okay, so
But also before just a little brief history here, guys, on Wilmer Cabrera. Before the Chivas, he was an assistant coach for Colorado from the 11. Yeah, he had 2 seasons with them
Yep.
as an assistant coach. Doesn't give us
he
any
left
stats on
January
that,
8th.
yeah.
He was hired January 31st, 2012. Left January 8th, 2014.
However, this is my favorite part. These next 2 right here, the youth squads.
yes,
USA.
he was an assistant manager for the U18s, and then he was also the assistant manager for
No, he was the
manager.
manager. U17.
Excuse me, guys. For the U17s.
8 matches, 3 wins, 1 draw, 4
Not
losses.
horrible. The U17s haven't been that great the last couple years anyway. They're starting to get better.
But
He
it's-
had a lot to do with that.
Don't even worry about the record. It's not even
Yeah.
about the record. It's the fact that he can coach young talent.
Yes.
That's his thing. Is that he coaches young talent. I've been reading so many articles. There's gonna be a decent amount of changes on this team. There's gonna be a new face of this team coming up. And I really believe that they're going to go after younger talent. Granted, it might not be coming all from like Rio Grande Valley Toros and things like that. You know, unfortunately, we don't have a 2nd-round draft pick this year because we traded it.
Yep.
Probably. I don't have the trade in front of me, but I'm sure it's probably to get like an allocated spot for Kubo.
Probably.
Yeah.
So to wrap up the coaching change stuff, what are your expectations for him this season? Where do you want them to finish? We don't have to worry about record because that's a lot of math involved right now. On the table, where do you want to see them?
Obviously, a higher winning ratio than loss.
Yes.
I want to see a team that's built around Mauro Manotas, a younger, talented team. That's really what I want to see. Okay, I don't get me wrong. I want to see us in playoffs. I do want to see us in playoffs, but I want to see them actually prove to us going towards the young talent. I would like to see that, you know, from those players. I want to see a lot of changes, and then a couple veterans still on that squad.
Yes.
You know, because we're gonna have to have captains. You know, we're gonna have to have those guys that are still thinking tactically, not just on the pitch at the time.
So on the table, what are your expectations? Where do you want to see them finish?
Well,
and that's a successful season.
A successful season is us making playoffs. Whether that's the final wild card spot. I mean, yes, it's an average. But especially it's going to be above average, especially if we have 2 more teams coming in, because that basically means half the team or half the league will make playoffs this time, rather than majority of it, and it'll be a true playoff station. And I want to see, I want to see a better possession of the ball, especially in midfield, higher possession stats. I'd say a fifth place.
I
in
see
our
that.
conference.
I don't see us getting like second on the table. Not anywhere close.
No, it is achievable because you have a team like the Colorado Rapids who came from 18th in the league. Now they went. That was last season. This season they finished second.
Yeah,
and they almost won the damn thing too. They almost won the Supporter Shield.
I think
if it wasn't for those damn Dynamo players.
Oh, there is something that I will get into when it comes to the playoffs, which I think all of us will enjoy. It has to deal with my stupid, horrible bet in the FC Dallas.
Actually, but real fast, I wanna blame you. If some of y'all saw our last podcast, we kind of tipped over in the last one. I blame that damn shirt. Did you burn it?
No, because I think it's going to be the basis of our bets from here on out. Because I think it's just
wins
a horrible
the FC
curse.
Dallas shirt. It's
so I think my expectations for Wilmer, battle for that last playoff spot. If you finish straight out or right outside of it, I will not be mad. Only because if you float around that spot all year, it is better than where you have finished the last 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
So absolutely. I think regardless, that is a positive way forward, and it's something good to build on.
Yeah.
Honestly, as long as we don't finish in last place, I think it's successful compared to what it has been the last 2 years.
There was only one team better than us, and that was the Chicago Fire. By the way, first of all, wait, I meant to say this at the beginning of our podcast. Congratulations. This is totally not soccer related. Congratulations to the Chicago Cubs.
Yes,
winning the World Series.
What?
Yeah, that was
like you guys are well aware. I grew up in Philly, and if you don't understand their sports history, it hasn't been that great. I was there at Citizens Bank Park. At least I was tailgating for Game 5 of the World Series. Probably one of the best experiences of my life. I was there for the parade. I'm happy to see him do it. And granted, like Josh, this isn't a baseball show, but Theo Epstein is a effing genius when it comes to GMing a club. That guy is a genius. Kills Boston's curse, kills Chicago's curse. The guy's a curse killer. Maybe he can come in here and learn a little bit about soccer and get this team straightened out.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on. Obviously, you guys know the MLS playoffs have been going on. We didn't cover it really too much last week. Obviously, we were gone. First, we are going to skip 2 games because the wild card games went through and my boys got destroyed. But can we talk about FC Dallas?
Let's go straight into the headline.
You know what?
FC Dallas collapses.
I'm happy. I will wear this shirt at the end of every year if it curses them and gets them beat 3-0 in Seattle.
I have one name for you. This Seattle team has turned around in. It's because I'm not gonna say it's because they let Siggy Schmidt go. It's because they signed Nicholas freaking Ladero, dude.
Yes.
That dude is unbelievable. Holy cow! The only teams that I could see put Nicholas Ladero at bay this season was the Houston Dynamo. Yes, I'm going to say that. They did put Seattle at bay this season. And Sporting Kansas City. Yep. No other team could do it. And obviously a young FC Dallas team could not do it, collapsing 3-0 on the first leg. They ain't coming back from this, dude.
No,
not without Mauro
Manotas.
No, not Mauro Manotas. Mauro Diaz. Sorry.
Mauro Diaz. That's
We're
what
still on the Manotas train, guys.
Yes.
The season's over, but
so what we'll do is we will run down the scoreboard. We will also set up the upcoming games coming this Saturday. Now, this is going to be a pre-recorded show. I am going to try to have this cut and edited and uploaded by Saturday night.
Are you going to cut that out?
No. So yeah, we'll start off with the Toronto FC Philly game. I'm gonna do this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Toronto did move on. Obviously, they beat Philly 3-1.
Who scored that final goal there?
Josie out the door.
Freaking out the door. You don't bet against Josie out the door, clearly, because you had to wear an FC Dallas shirt.
The reason I did was because I was worried about his health. But the guy has been in amazing form ever since he came back from his injury. And I hope and pray to God that he stays in this form against Mexico.
Oh, save it. The last part of our podcast will be about U.S. soccer.
I just want to throw that in.
I know.
But
because I have a lot to say about that.
Everybody that is good on Toronto had a part with their win. You had Sebastian Javinko. Scored in the 15th minute. You had Jonathan Sario, who scored in the 48th minute. You did have another U.S. national player, Bedoya, with the assist from Richie Marquez, scored in the 73rd. Now,
And
what I
then
will say,
that was almost a comeback there, man. I was kind of
It was.
pulling for you guys there, to be honest, man.
Philly showed
They showed fight.
they did show fight, but you have to understand the nucleus of this team is young. They're going to lose a lot of veterans in the offseason. Barnetta already said he's going back to Switzerland, which I'm not mad about. Go home. I think he's retiring. Maybe he goes back to the club he started with, plays another year, and then it's out. But we'll close the book on that one. Toronto moves on.
Josie out the door with the clear clutch winner. That was it.
You got the LA one.
LA 3-1
Yep.
against RSL. They just massacred them.
Yeah, RSL. I don't even know if RSL even boarded the flight to get
Let
there.
me get these last two because I got some things to say.
Thank
hold
you.
on.
Before we move to another game, I don't know if anybody saw this on Twitter or on Facebook, or if any of you are on the Facebook group MLS Soccer Fans United. Somebody posted the greatest thing on Wikipedia. When you went to RSL's Wikipedia page, it said owner Boateng. Because
for those of y'all that didn't know, Boateng
scores 2.
Yeah, scores 2.
He scores 2. Hold on. The only other goals he scored this year were against RSL in the regular season.
And assisted by that damn Alan Gordon with his shitty goal.
Two Alan Gordon assists, and he ended up scoring the first goal for LA. LA moves on 3-1.
And just like Derek said in one of our podcasts, Alan Gordon doing what Alan Gordon does best, scoring crappy goals in crappy situations. And that was exactly what it was.
All right, Josh, you got the 2 Thursday matches.
And because I want to say this next one, Montreal beating DC United 4-2. Yes. You sons of bitches. Thank you for ruining my playoff bracket. I picked all home teams as knockouts because it made sense, but then you got to realize that MLS playoffs are completely different tournaments.
Yep.
Okay.
You need to get hot at the end of the season.
You need to get hot at the end of the season. Well, DC was hot at the end of the season. And they were at home. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm like still scratching my head, but you know what? All I got to say is Montreal Impact. No Diego Drogba, no problem.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
And then Seattle getting a controversial 1-0 over Sporting Kansas. Very controversial game.
It was. It was a dirty match to begin with.
I don't know if you saw that Alonso,
what the hell is his problem? Keep your head in a match.
I don't think it... I don't think it was a red, dude.
Okay, either way,
honestly,
even if
dude,
it's not a red,
I don't think that was a red.
You don't put yourself in that situation, and he has the last 2 weeks of the season.
Why are we attacking Ozzy right now? What about Benny freaking Philharber?
Oh, he's not. He's to blame too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm saying, you're in a playoff game. Yes, play hard. Put your heart on the line. But don't go stupid and go pull yellow cards or red cards that you don't need.
But the thing is that, like, Benny Philharber was, like, literally almost about ready to fight the ref in that game. I'm like, dude, Benny, chill out. This is probably your final game with SKC. Just calm down, bro. You know, I don't like him anyways, but damn, I actually had to give him to him. That little run there that he had in the box, he pulling a Messi, bro. That's what happens if you piss off Benny Philharber. I don't see him with Sporting Kansas. That's why I wanted to go into that. I'm so happy. I don't like Benny Philharber, and I can't stand Kansas.
All right, so this takes us to our first round of the MLS playoffs, not including the wild card. We just went over those. So Josh and I will go back and forth. I'm going to take this one. Montreal's winning the first leg 1-0 over New York Red Bulls, which I'm happy about.
That series is not over, by the way.
It's not over.
They're going into
It's going to go back to New York, and New York has played pretty hard.
But there is also talks that DDA...
He was on the training pitch this week.
Coming back. And
I think he's going to swallow his pride a little bit.
I can't stand that they're blaming this on injury and stuff. I'm like, no, dude, you're not injured. He has a
crappy attitude.
You just want to be a drama queen, bro.
So, we have Mateo. Don't ask me how to say this guy's last name.
Menkasu.
There you go. He scored in the 61st minute. So they are up 1-0 on aggregate. So it will be interesting to see what the Red Bulls can do.
So here's my take on it, because I've learned so much from second leg games. When you go into a second leg as the away team, don't bunker. You don't bunker.
No.
You keep playing what you were playing that first game, and you attack.
All you need
that one
valuable one goal.
Away
because
goals,
essentially it counts as 2.
Away goals matter now.
Yes.
They've mattered for last season. They matter this season. LA Galaxy getting the 1-0 win at home against Colorado.
Colorado has a mountain to climb.
No, they don't. Giovanni Dos Santos, lucky goal. Pure luck goal. Colorado, man, I thought they kept them at bay. That's exactly what they wanted. A 1-0 loss in LA. They can go back to Colorado and own them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that I'll pick Colorado to win this series between them, and I'm going to stick by that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not clicking on that one. All right, so then we got the Toronto NYCFC match. I expected a lot more from NYCFC. They didn't put up anything, and you would think with David Villa, Pirlo didn't play.
No, did you see the kick? Did you see the kick from Villa?
No.
Didn't get a foul. He kicked out at one of the players.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which player it was, to be honest. He lashed out at him, and it was a play that went under review after the game. It was not called from a foul, and it should have been a suspension for the next game.
Yeah.
But since it's David Villa, MLS isn't even going to go after it.
And I will say NYCFC had a ton of yellow cards. They had 5 yellow cards.
You need to go and look that play up.
I will.
It's actually kind of pretty crappy.
All right, so we had Josie scoring in the 84th minute again. That's 2 goals now in the playoffs.
On fire.
And then Ricketts scored in the 90th or in extra time, 2 minutes in the extra time. All right, you got the next one. This is great, guys.
This is amazing. It was all in a matter of an 8-minute time span.
Yep.
FC Dallas
It was
just
quick.
Collapses. Nelson Valdez scoring his second goal of playoffs. Hadn't scored all year. Second goal of playoffs. He had 2 in 3 days. Then Nicholas Ladero with 2 of his own. 2 of his own. They're going to take that into FC Dallas, man, and they're going to continue to play the exact same way they played at home. FC Dallas has got a huge hill to climb. You want to talk about a hill to climb? That's a hill to climb.
Now, granted, this kills my bracket.
Winners.
This kills my bracket. I didn't think they were going to get out
mine,
this
but
early.
I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, I'm
okay
totally
with that.
okay with that. They have to score 4 goals and hope Seattle scores nothing. I don't know if that's possible.
Well, it's possible if they score 3 in regulation and take it to extra time. But you know what? Damn it, they deserve it.
Yeah,
they deserve it because I think Seattle Sounders is out for revenge after what happened last season. No Clint Dempsey this year. Still out with the irregular heartbeat.
Yep.
Man, I can't wait. It's gonna be a great game too.
Yep.
I was half tempted to drive out there and go watch it. I was so tempted to.
Yeah.
Just because it's in Dallas, to be like, I just want to have that playoff atmosphere again.
All right, guys. So this takes us to Sunday's fixtures. They're all November 6th.
And this is Central Time that we're going to name off here,
Yes, it's
guys,
all Central
okay?
Time. Hey, click on the scores. It'll help us with the aggregate. So go back. I'll keep the schedule up. There we go. All right. So first match on Sunday, we got Colorado in LA in Colorado. Let's see. So Colorado, you got to score 2, guys. You cannot let LA get deep in the playoffs. 1, because if they get deep in the playoffs, I'm gonna have a real problem with MLS. Real problem. That game is gonna be on, or that match is gonna be on ESPN at 1:00.
Colorado needs to use this. This is their year, man. They need to. It's in my opinion, it needs to be Colorado and it needs to be Seattle.
Yep.
In the conference finals, in my opinion. And then after that, we're gonna have New York Red Bulls is gonna take host to.
Wrong one.
New York Red Bulls is gonna take host to Montreal Impact. They're down 1-0 an aggregate. BWP and Sasha Kleshton, dude. It's possible.
It is possible. That match is going to be at 3:00 on ESPN, so it's going to be following after the Colorado LA match.
I will say this is these games are going to be. Are these games? No, these are before. I'm sorry, these are before the.
So I mean, it's leading up to be a real good weekend, and
it really is. Yeah.
You have some teams that have some mountains to climb, but some of them I think can do it. Like I think Colorado can do it as long as they contain
They're down 1 goal. They're going back at home. Like I said earlier, man, it's exactly where Colorado wants to be.
Yep.
So then we have and they're going to control possession. So then
at 5:30 we have NYCFC versus Toronto. What was the score on that one? That was what, Toronto won?
Toronto 2.
Toronto 2.
Yeah, Toronto 2.
Okay, yeah. So Toronto's up 2-0 on aggregate. That match is going to be on FS1 at 5:30. I think that might be the match to watch. Only because of Pirlo and David Villa. Hopefully Pirlo comes back. They're saying he was a little banged up.
New York City to come back?
No. Yeah. But I want it to be interesting. I think with David Villa and Pirlo, I think it has every chance to be interesting.
For this sake, just on the U.S. national terms, I hope Josie scores another one.
Oh yeah, can we get him in the form?
I hope Michael Bradley gives him an amazing.
Don't get me started on Bradley.
I hope I know that troglodyte. Anyways, I hope Michael Bradley gives him an amazing assist. But Josie Altidore, he's just a beast, dude.
Yeah.
I could see him going into New York City, and this Toronto team is so good right now. This might be their year.
Yep.
This really might be their year, dude.
And then the match that closes it all out on Sunday.
8 o'clock, guys.
Seattle, don't screw this up. You have it easy. Score one goal. You score one goal, that's it.
Just give the ball to Nicholas Ladero.
That match is at 8 o'clock. It's going to be on FS1. That will close it out for the weekend. And then there's a 2-week break. And that leads us into our next thing that we'll talk about. We'll switch that up. And that's the U.S. World Cup qualifiers. In case you've also been living under a rock the last couple weeks, you are aware that probably the biggest match of the year for U.S. is going down in Columbus.
2-0.
November 11th.
2-0. How long is that tradition gonna last, though, man? It's so scary because it's a tradition that feels like it's almost guaranteed.
First, let me set this up. I'm gonna self-promote a little bit. If you're a U.S. fan, and I strictly say U.S. fan, if you show up wearing a Mexico kit, you'll probably get kicked out.
You think so? No.
Are you serious at a watch party?
I don't think they're gonna
at a watch party.
Probably, well, not in our section. Not in our section.
But the watch party at Lucky's. Do not show up in a Mexico kit at Lucky's.
Don't be like Drake.
Yeah, don't be that
guy.
And
whoever the other guy was.
So, it starts at 7, if I remember correctly. It's going to be at 7. If you want to be with a loud, rambunctious group of people, come down to Lucky's. The American Outlaws are going to be there. That's their pub here in Houston.
AO.
We're both AO members. Yeah, come down there. I can almost guarantee you will have nothing better to do this Friday than to watch the U.S. win 2-0 over Mexico.
Easy.
Hey.
Easy now. Hey. That's what I'm saying. How long can this tradition last?
I'd say a while.
Let's break this team down a little bit.
Coverage on at the MLS app is saying 6:45. It will be on FS1 if you can't make it out.
Probably be 7 o'clock. Coverage
7:30 is what they're saying. Yeah. So
hey,
U.S.
If you guys
Mexico.
come down to Lucky's, come hang out with the Peel.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a show afterwards.
Yes, we're attempting. Yeah. I got to get with Lucky's. Yeah. Don't know if it's gonna be live or if it'll be pre-recorded. If not, we'll talk to Ito or we'll talk to Kingsport. See if we can do a live show right after.
Yeah, but guys, if you've never met us, big fans of the show.
Yeah.
We'd really appreciate it if you guys came down and showed us some support. We'd love to meet you.
I cannot confirm nor deny, depending on how the outcome of this match goes. We're either going to be drunk with sorrow or drunk with happiness. Either way, I can almost guarantee you we'll be drunk. So don't expect a whole lot from us during this show or during that show. And that takes us into the 15th, another World Cup qualifier against Costa Rica. That's at 8 o'clock. MLS app doesn't have a what do you call that?
That's probably gonna, since that's on the road, that's probably gonna be on BN Sports.
Yeah, it'll probably be on BN Sports.
It'll probably be on BN Sports.
Again, all our watch parties are at Lucky's.
Yeah, watch party. So we'll be
down there.
At that. Yeah.
They typically have really good beer specials for U.S. watch parties, so definitely come down. I think it's like $12 buckets or $15 buckets, something like
cheap.
that. Don't order Carbach. I'll slap it out of your hand.
Let's break down this U.S. squad kind of. The players that we know. Players that we know are going to be on it. Okay.
So how about we'll see how our schedule looks like Sunday night. What's your schedule look like?
Oh, I'm off Sunday.
Okay. Possibly they are going to be announcing the schedule or the roster Sunday night.
Okay.
We can do a quick live check-in, just talk about the roster.
Yeah.
Give a quick prediction. We'll save the prediction for a live check-in
Friday pre-match.
Do you want to save this chat then?
Yeah, we'll save the actual U.S. soccer talk for maybe Sunday night. We'll just do a real quick live check-in, just on the roster, talk about the roster, if there's any negativity. The only thing that I can honestly say right now, I swear to God, if Chris Wondolowski is on this call-up, I'm going to have an issue.
Oh, I mean, okay, he'll be on. He'll probably be on the squad, but Josie.
Josie's definitely
Josie's going to start. Christian Pulisic is going to start. Want to make another bet?
No, not yet. Let me see what the roster looks like.
We'll wait till the roster comes out, and then we'll make another bet, guys.
Yeah.
By the way, if y'all also have some ideas on the bet, then just if y'all have some ideas on the bet.
If you have an idea on the bet, what your predictions are going to be, or if you want to put that into our live check-in,
you can actually email us at the peel2005@gmail.com.
We will we'll put some Facebook stuff up, letting you know when the live check-in will be. I think they're going to announce it midday tomorrow, or on Sunday, excuse me. So we'll have some time to look over it. And I think that's pretty much it on the U.S. stuff. We're going to save that strictly for our check-ins and our post-match stuff.
One last thing, guys. College Cup, man. They're starting to sell tickets. I got a phone call the other day.
Yeah.
If you did not know, the NCAA College Cup is coming here to Houston, BBVA Compass. December 9th is the semifinals. That's going to be a doubleheader. December 11th is going to be the final. We don't know what the teams are yet.
No.
None of that stuff, okay? But, however, it's 3 games, 2 days, $55. You get all games.
Yes.
$55. That's the 100 level.
Actually,
that's the lower
level. Yeah. So the tickets aren't bad. I think it'll be fun to go.
That's a great deal, man.
Yeah, it is.
ESPN is going to be showing that one. I'm pretty certain that Glenn Davis is going to call it. He usually calls these games. It's going to be fun.
Hold on, guys. I'm bringing up the schedule.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to see a lot of these younger talents. You'll probably see some of these players, at least one of these players, on the Dynamo squad next season.
I'd like to see that.
I'd like to see it, yeah.
There we
It
go.
depends on who it is, but...
So I got the broadcast information for you. So the selection show on the teams that are going to show up to November 14th. First round is going to be November 17th. Those are all the first round matches. Second round is going to be November 20th. So the semifinals, I'm going to skip down. Actually, I'll save it. Third round is November 26th. Quarterfinals are going to be December 2nd or 3rd. Then we got the 2 semifinal matches, which will be December 11th. You got these, I guarantee you, are Eastern time. December 9th, excuse me. And then December 11th is going to be the national championship. So with your ticket, you do get the semifinal matches and the championship matches. Tickets are not bad. My paycheck's going to be looking a little light, so I got to try to figure that one in.
Yeah,
but
honestly,
I will be
man,
there.
I'm excited for the semifinal. I've never been to a doubleheader. I'm down to sit down for 3 hours, 4 hours of soccer live. Hell yeah!
And what would be good is seeing some of these guys. Pay attention to some of them, because some of them could be
absolutely
on the Toros or even in the Dynamo Academy at some point.
Guys, learn their names, figure out who they are. You're gonna see these players. Standout players. Number 1 draft picks.
Yep.
Number 2 draft picks.
Well, guys, I think this is a pretty deep show. Comment after the show. Let us know what you think about Wilmer Cabrera, how you feel they handled Wade Barrett, playoffs, anything you want to talk to us about. We will respond. We'll get back into our social media game a lot more. We're working on a big announcement at some point. We're still working on the logistics of getting to talk to some of these old guys to bring some of the older Houston
we
soccer.
have had a lot of networking
we've
going on.
Been networking a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, guys.
Yeah.
So even though we've been off, it hasn't really been off.
Yeah. So that's coming up. Catch us at Twitter. I know you know our Twitter handle by heart now.
At the Peel 05.
05.
The Peel 05.
Yes. I know Jeff Strong. He does a good job, retweets.
Jeff is awesome.
Likes all our stuff, so he gets it out there to his friends.
I appreciate it. I know that he liked and saw my videos of the bubble soccer on our Facebook page. By the way, real quick, if you haven't played it, guys, I'm telling you.
It's an easy way to get a concussion.
No, it's really not. No, it's very protective.
I'm joking.
It's It's very protective. It's a lot of fun. They got deals on Groupon right now on Villa Soccer.
Nice.
It's stupid fun, guys. So
and then of course you got our Facebook page, the Peel at Peel 2005.
The Peel 2005.
The Peel 2005. I know it's been a long day, guys.
I know it's been a long day. Yeah.
And then of course you got our SoundCloud, you got our YouTube, which we link. So what I don't know if you all have noticed, but once we get the podcast and the videos loaded, that is always pinned to the top of our Twitter and the top of our Facebook. So if it's right there for you guys, if you want to take it on the go or if you have time to watch it and just sit down and enjoy it, definitely comment, guys. We want to see your feedback because that helps engage you guys.
Comment. And ask us questions.
Yes.
Come up with our next bet for us.
Yes.
Give us suggestions on how
but
to
we want
better the
to,
show.
just like Glenn Davis gets in, and we're trying to help with that too, to broaden the soccer discussion, or at least the Dynamo discussion in this city. That's the only way to raise awareness on how shitty or how good this team could be. So we need to get it out there. But I think that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. I'm Justin.
And Josh.
And we're from the Peel. Peace out, guys.
Thanks, guys.